Beard, rolling tobacco, and remembers what once was and what remained of life. He speaks of the days when he came beneath the girls' windows, courting and longing in Sevda, until the crimson dawn appeared. He had thousands of wishes, things his soul desired, but beautiful Zumra stole away his reason. Zaim bought wedding rings, he recalls now with sorrow, but her family, out of spite, gave her to another man. Then he paused for a moment, as if giving patience to his soul, yet memories kept returning from the hidden depths within. With a sigh, he remembers Omer's beautiful Faate. Omer would not give her to him, but gave her away for ducats. For ducats without blessing, forged from ill-gotten gain, and in the end, beautiful Faate remained alone in sorrow. Then Tija's long hair, flowing in waves to her waist, even today when he remembers, his soul begins to sway. His soul begins to sway while memories build their grief for the time that passed away and for the lovely days of youth. When Zada would begin to dance, nothing more beautiful existed. It was a joy to behold her clogs and flowing dimiye. Those mother-of-pearl clogs in 1,000 different colors. 100 times I thought, if only she were mine. He says he lived in Sevda, rode horses and drank wine, but his fondest memory is from when he was a young barber. In the marketplace there stood 2 oak trees with entwined crowns. Like a mother's warm embrace, my barber shop stood there. The memories have no end. A sigh escapes his chest. Then Zaim sighs bitterly. Ah, life. Ah, life. He speaks of the alleyways, the courtyards and the gates, and wherever his friends would go, they always stopped by his place first. For daily conversation, or because of work he did, old and young alike would visit the barber. He worked with honesty and halal earnings, from dawn until the night prayer. Whatever one wished to give from the heart, there was never a price list. Across the road by the bathhouse, the tavern and the stables, stood a charitable stone fountain, old Zaim remembers. A clear tear rolled down his cheek in that moment, just like the water of the fountain in the square beside the bathhouse. When Bayram came, time seemed to stop. Everything shimmered with beauty. Celebrations were everywhere, from dawn until evening. A young muezzin from the minaret stirred the whole town with the beauty of the adhan and his warm and gentle voice. The mosque glowed with light, and rows stood side by side like strings of pearls threaded together in faith. Then Bayram filled the air like a dewy May rose, and brother offered brother his hand with all his heart. For a moment his voice stopped, as though waking a sleeping soul, and memories began to flow of pilgrims setting out for Hajj. The chosen among us, who found the proper path, would work long and hard so they could perform Hajj. They worked until Aksham, and when dawn first broke, always making sure their earnings were halal, so that with peaceful hearts they could cross unknown roads and be called pilgrims when they returned home again. But money itself has carried sorrow since creation, for when it is gained in life, it often seems never truly pure. It always asks for more and pays no heed to sin, until in the end, when all is gone, it leaves you guilty and alone. If with your money you give fitra, charity and zakat, those same coins, through God's blessing, will return fivefold. Just like a fruit tree, when excess branches are cut in spring, it bears even better fruit and never remains in debt. If a soul is selfish and gives nothing to anyone, everything burns away and disappears like fire upon a hearth. Again he slowly rolls tobacco and gently strikes the flint, then quietly and sadly says, "The old ones knew this well. They often came to me without worry and without deceit, asking about my money, for it was honestly earned. Earned without sin, without fraud and without fear. With such wealth you may go seeking reward from Allah. I gave from what was halal, sometimes less and sometimes more, hoping that Allah would count it among my good deeds. Many people went on Hajj, and I dreamed of it too, but my dreams were in vain, for I remained where I was. Perhaps it was not destined. Everything that once existed vanished. Time passed relentlessly, leaving only memories. Man has many wishes and forges plans within his soul, but in the end, what will be is determined by Allah alone." His trembling voice suddenly quivered as though mourning distant dreams for the time that has long passed by, or for almost Fatah it seems. For Tidja's long and flowing hair, or lovely Zada's wooden shoes. For his shattered pride and honor, who could truly know the truth? For the tavern or the bathhouse, for the charity fountain's crystal water, while down his cheek a lonely tear slipped away forever after. The tear went off into the distance, wetting a face full of wrinkles deep, and from Zaim escaped a sigh. One must go on living and keep. The soul knows not the course of fate, and years extinguish dreams and grace. Everything passes and disappears, never returning to its place. The human soul dreams endlessly, thinking not of the hereafter, not caring that one day it too will depart forever after. To leave like yellow autumn leaves on rainy days of false descent, and then regret not having fasted through the blessed Ramadan Lent. Why it never saw the Kaaba, why zakyat it never gave. But there will be no coming back, no forgiveness, no halal to save.